the Jews. You and I are the Jews. You and I have been cast out of every homeland and degraded and mocked and laughed at as a people. Those people, they have to wear a Star of David in order for people to know that they're Jewish. All right, we're back. I like the setup this time. Jolly Rancher. Starburst. What's your name? Hey, no, we not doing that attitude shit today. That's what we're not doing. That attitude shit today, we not doing that. You work for me, Candy, lady. Miss Candy, you a goddess. You right, Miss Candy. So back to, oh shit, this is the first episode. So this is the first news report ever. Solar report. It should be called "What the fuck is going on in the world?" report. All right, I just gave you a compliment, Miss Candy. What's that? I pay too much money for this setup for this shit to be breaking like this. I told you last time people was acting like I wasn't rich. I told you that last time. I know. The hell. You don't bring Steve back. At least he knew how to. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess this is how you get treated when you doing all this shit. When you coming up yourself. I guess this is how you get treated, huh? You get treated like this, huh? All right. So back to the first episode of the Solar Report. What the fuck is going on in the world right now? I think the world ended in 2012. I think building up to that time, y'all remember how shit used to go. Building up to that time, it seemed like the world was normal. It seemed like the world was normal up until a certain time, and then after a certain time, it's like everything just switched. Like everything just went from night to day. Like time went from seeming like it was moving at a steady pace to everything becoming accelerated. It seems like it's the end of the world as we know it. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just reporting the news as I see it. And we talking about some real news today. For example, your president, not mine, I didn't vote for him. Your president, Trump, wants to leave the UN. All right. And for us normal people and us niggas that don't understand that term, what does it mean to leave the UN? Why would he want to do that? Well, check out this short clip right here.
That the UN has tremendous potential. It's not living up to that potential right now. It really isn't. Hasn't for a long time. It has. There are great hopes for it, but it's not being well run, to be honest. And they're not doing the job. A lot of these conflicts that we're working on should be settled, or at least we should have some help in settling them. We never seem to get help. That should be the primary purpose of the UN, the United Nations, and. Again, it's got great potential, and based on the potential, we'll continue to go along with it, but they got to get their act together.
All right. So why would he want to leave it? Basically, it's like leaving the community, right? It's like leaving a home owners association, right? Where we all hold each other accountable, where if I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, you can do it, you can do it. I'm rich, I'm famous, and rich. Okay, I'm rich. It's basically like being in the community and everybody gets held accountable. So what the UN does, say for example, like us black people, right? How we always have domestic terrorism. Domestic terrorism is terrorists that live in our country, white people, how they always fucking with us, how they always bombing our shit, how they always stalking us, how they always murdering us, how they always kidnapping us, domestic terrorist shit. So basically what really should happen with the UN in a situation like that, but since America got such big nuts, the UN ain't gonna do nothing about it. But what should happen in a situation like that is the UN should step in because it's a humanitarian, it's a global issue. There's things going on in our country that the whole world should be concerned about because it affects a whole group or a race of people. Trump wants to get out of that because he feels like America got the biggest nuts around here, so why should we? I mean, we doing all the heavy lifting. That's essentially what's going on. What y'all don't know about Trump is that he got the biggest balls of any president that's ever lived. That's what y'all don't know about Trump. I know y'all think his hands all little and he sit like this, like a pterodactyl and shit like that there. But he got the biggest nuts on the planet. He might have elephantitis. That's y'all president. Biggest nuts on the planet. He wants to leave the UN. And to be honest with you, dog, we so far gone. We so far fucked up. Honestly don't think it can get any worse. But I know that that's wrong, and I know it can get way worse. So I guess we'll just have to stay tuned. Speaking while we at the government shit, check this out.
Town. That's right. On the brink of a shutdown, they aren't even in Washington. Look, let me remind you of what they have been reminding Democrats since January 20th. Republicans control the House, they control the Senate, and they control the White House. So let's be clear, it is their responsibility to keep this government running. But instead of doing their job, they're threatening a shutdown and doubling down on cuts to your health care. They want to continue gutting Medicaid and let enhanced ACA tax credits expire. So what does that mean to you? Well, it means if that happens, premiums spike by $700 a year for millions of families, including 38,000 people.
What the fuck? Did you see that? Y'all voted. Y'all wanted these Republicans to be in charge. Welcome. This is a Republican country. Welcome. America's great again. America's white again. That's what they doing, boy. Make America white again, boy. You see, I got that white blood in me too. But I got this black spirit, so they can't take it. Government is doing a shutdown because they can't come to seem to, the way we understand it is they can't come together to basically agree on healthcare benefits and terms and shit like that there. Obamacare and shit like that there. You know, shit that helped everybody, that helped mostly white folks. You know, because white folks are the biggest beneficiaries of food stamps, welfare, all types of government plans and shit. You know, they make it seem like it's niggas that's the most with our hands out and shit like that there. But it's not true. It's white people. So when they voted Trump in, they really voted against their own interests. They didn't know that. They didn't know that. That's what y'all didn't know. Y'all voted against your own interests. Y'all fucked yourselves. But some white people, though, a lot of white people, they hate you so much that they'll take the fucking just so you can get fucked too. They'll take the fucking, they'll bend over nice and good for you just so you can get it too. That's the world we live in, dog. That's the world we live in, dog. Like I said, this is a Republican country. How do you feel about it? Me personally, I think all this shit is whack. I think we need a complete, not just a government shutdown to where these motherfuckers aren't showing up in office and shit like that there. We need a complete overhaul of everything. Everything needs to take a break. We need to press pause on this shit. People that's in Congress, they need we need a what's the shit called when say if you got like you getting real money, you getting real paper, and say you need somebody to audit, to look at your books. An audit. Yeah, we need an audit. That's what we need. We need a fucking audit. We need to audit over all this shit. We need to audit over the Federal Reserve. That's not even part of the government. It's a independent banking system that controls our money. We need to audit over them. We need to audit over every Congress member that's been in Congress since Jim Crow. Y'all expect shit to change, and there's niggas that was in there whose parents directly benefited from slavery and they benefited too? You think they give a fuck about you? Or that they would ever change? This is the country that we live in. We have elections. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. This is all tied into Trump, the UN, government shutting down. This is all government shit. This is the world that you live in. This is what y'all voted for when y'all voted against your own interests. See, me, if I would have voted, I would have, if I would have casted a vote that matter, I would have voted for Kamala. But I didn't want to vote for her either. That's my own personal opinion. I know black women, black people, black Twitter, y'all gonna be in the comments and shit. I don't give a fuck. I ain't never want to be like y'all. But maybe sometimes it's better to come together when it's Satan versus Darth Vader. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I'm just SolarMan. I'm just some guy in a mask and a suit, crazy and shit. I don't know. All I know is that we're being controlled and we're being played right in our face Not just with this UN shit, not just with this Trump shit, but also we being played right in our face because I'm gonna tell you just like this. I'm gonna tell you just like this. I need a new iPad too, by the way. I'm gonna tell you just like this. If I wanted to finesse you, the best way for me to finesse you is to do it right in your face, not behind your back. What am I talking about? Israel is finessing us right in our faces. Let me tell you how they finessing us, and I ain't talking about the killing and shit. We're gonna talk about that. Let me tell you how they finessing us. These white Eastern European motherfuckers convinced the whole world that they're God's chosen people, that they're the people in the Bible, that they're the people that the stories in the Bible was written about. These white, pale, crusty, devilish, evil, deviled egg looking motherfuckers really convinced the whole world that they are God's chosen people and that they have a divine right and rule to the promised land. And they were given Israel and they stripped it away from the people that were already there. They did this in your face. This happened over the last 40, 50 years, something like that. Y'all look it up. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. But what's happening in our face right now is we being finessed. So first we're being finessed like that. Then white folks told you that they was the black people in the Bible. That's the first way they finesse you. They lied. They're liars. These people are liars. That's why you can't say nothing against them, because they're fucking liars. So that's the first way they finesse you. The second way they finesse you was getting the politicians in their pocket. What am I talking about? The fuck you talking about, Solar? What you talking about, Solar? Huh? APAC! And I ain't talking about these gangs, dog. I'm talking about APAC. It's a group where basically dick in the booty politicians, Ricky Rubio and you know, all them white motherfuckers, they all look alike. All them. They all have to report directly. So basically they have like they got a goon. They got an Israeli goon that follows around to make sure that they do things and they pass legislator or they are speaking positively about Israel. They can't do nothing that goes against Israel as far as what they say or what they pass. What does that sound like to you? Sounds like extortion, don't it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is it sounds like extortion to me. It sounds like, nigga, I got something on you, and if you don't do this, I will let the whole world know who you are. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like all these politicians are in bed with Israel, who's openly committing open genocide against brown people. We can see TikTok. We got TikTok. This is the good things about social media. We see this shit. They're committing genocide against people. They're killing man, woman, and children, babies, daily. That's what these people are doing. And we see that. We see the finesse in our faces. We see the finesse in our faces. In our president, your president, I haven't heard him speak a real ill word towards Netanyahu. If you ask me, it's an open play. If you ask me, this whole thing is an open setup for Israel to be the common enemy, and for all nations to unite against Israel, and for there to be one savior that comes out of all of this to stop the chaos from the whole world blowing up each other. Because, you know, if someone attacks Israel, then they attacking the U.S. And if someone attacks the U.S., then they attacking, etc. I think Israel, I know, this is what y'all don't know. See, I'm talking about I think just because I want to be like y'all, I want to relate to y'all and shit, but I know more than y'all. I'm smart. I'm elevated. I'm SolarMan. I'm illuminated. It's just what it is, dog. So what I'm telling y'all is what this is an open play to get everybody mad at one person, so we can all this chaos and all this murder and all this shit can be viewed. So we see this, so we want to come against Israel, so the whole world unites against one common enemy and brings us closer to a global force of unification of armies, healthcare, education. That's what the fuck this all is about. That's why you got a Trump too. That's why Trump can be allowed to infiltrate the space of the highest office in the land, is because all this shit was a play. We need enemies. We need people to hate. Who's being more hated? Who has been the country that's been the most hated in the last 40 to 50 years. I believe it's the U.S. I know it's the U.S. The U.S. and Israel coming together. Ooh, man, the whole world gonna hate us. It's gonna be us versus everybody until it ain't just us no more. That's what y'all don't know. That's what y'all don't know. What y'all don't know is all these people are high-ranking Masons, and it does matter because it's all a game and all rituals being played on a large scale. What y'all don't know is that all these people are in bed together. Is a few rich families that control everything, and then they control these politicians. That's what y'all don't. That's what y'all don't know. Speaking of the Jews, the so-called Jews, because they're Jewish people. They're converts. They converted centuries ago. They're people migrated, and that's what they like to stand on. But those people aren't the Jews. You and I are the Jews. You and I have been cast out of every homeland and degraded and mocked and laughed at as a people. Those people, they have to wear a Star of David in order for people to know that they're Jewish. They can look at you and I know that we're Jewish, but they don't want you to know that. That's what y'all don't know. What y'all don't know is that the real Jews are the ones in America, and they call them niggas. That's what y'all don't know. That's what y'all don't know. The real Jews are in America, and they call them niggas. That's what y'all don't know. But speaking of Jewish people, the Justice Department in New Jersey just sued against the state of New Jersey because a Jewish synagogue getting anti-Semitic hate and rhetoric and stuff like that. And to my understanding, there was a church or something, right, that just got shot up. A white man took a car and drove through the church and then got out and started killing and shit like that. Check it out right here.
Is underway after churchgoers in Wayne, Michigan were able to stop a potential mass shooter there after he opened fire on their Sunday morning service. Witnesses say this man drove up to the church recklessly, wearing a tactical vest and carrying a rifle as well as a handgun. They say he opened fire as he approached the church, hitting one person in the leg. A parishioner there then drove his car into the gunman. At the same time, two staff members shot at him. The suspect died at the scene. Police described the shooter as the 31-year-old man. No connection to the church, so police are trying to figure out how all of this went down. The motive, they say he was suffering from a mental health crisis at the time of the shooting. Updates as they break this morning here at the Live Desk.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on news? What the fuck is that? But we're the most dangerous people. I don't know. Quick little side note. I think the FBI, which they do have a case file on the Anglo-Saxon domestic terrorists. I think that is the biggest threat to American safety is the Anglo-Saxon domestic terrorists. That's just my opinion. Y'all can do with that what y'all want, but that seems to be the biggest threat to our freedom and to our safety. This Anglo-Saxon white boy and white woman. That seems to be the biggest threat. Don't kill the messenger. Just look what y'all do. You guys are barbaric animals. So they're suing over that because Jewish people don't deserve to get hate. And I'm not here saying that people deserve to get talked about. Y'all know me, I'm SolarMan. I'll take a lot of hate. Should I have a law passed that can't nobody hate on me? I don't know. If you ask me, it built some character in me. I think I'm strong. I'm tough. Can't just say anything to me. I don't give a fuck. I know who I am. I'm a man. I'm SolarMan. I'm out of here. For real. For real. And I don't give a damn what nobody say about me. Maybe that's the approach that they should take. But I don't know. Everybody isn't like that. Some people are sensitive. Some people need more special attention, need more special catering to them because they're sensitive and delicate. Those people seem to be very, 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 very sensitive and delicate. So sensitive and delicate even that it doesn't seem like you can really say much to them. It honestly doesn't seem like that if I say if I was an A-lister and I was doing the same little pod, it sounds like I probably would lose some sponsorships and shit like that, right? For giving out my factual, opinionated information on some shit. But yeah, they sued, man. So it seems like everybody get laws passed. Where's the Stop Black hate bill? You know what I'm saying? The Asians got their hate bill passed. Stop Asian hate. Motherfuckers was on their ass for like a summer, but they don't play no games though. White boys don't play no games with the Asians because them Asians be bringing in a lot of money from. They're the quickest demographic as far as financially just because they only send over their best, and they got a caste system too. And for y'all that think that just Asians and all the motherfuckers be smarter, no, they got a lot of people. They only send out their best. That's part of their culture. They hide everything else. I used to live in Asia. I'm telling you, they're just like us. Just like us. They got ratchet shit going on all the time. And Asians be the most hateful and racist and bigoted towards other Asians before they racist towards you. Just so y'all know, ain't nobody perfect in this bitch. Don't let nobody convince you that niggas is the only thing ratchet around this motherfucker. No, everybody else is ratchet. Actually, if you ask me, the nigga culture is really based off the white Anglo-Saxon culture in a lot of ways. The hillbilly shit is really based off the nigga shit is really based off some hillbilly shit. You feel me? We're way more European than we are connected to our old ancestral roots. You know, that's a SolarMan take on it. But yeah, they got that bill passed, and I'm just like, what the fuck? How they get some shit passed and we don't even get some shit passed? You know, why does everybody seem to get special treatment over the nigga, but we supposed to get over shit? You know, but this world doesn't move without niggas. This world don't move without me. This world don't move without you, black woman, black man. Just know that this was the first solar report. I won't say pray for us. I say be self-aware so you don't fall in the trap and think that all this shit ain't connected, because it is connected. The best thing that you can do is take care of you and yours and spread that energy and love towards your neighborhood and community. The best thing you can do is be a part of your community. And local politics is actually what affects you more than some national shit. National politics is all a Masonic game. It's all a Masonic game being played on a large stage. None of that shit matters. We don't choose any presidents. All presidents have been related. All these motherfuckers are in cabals with each other. You have to be a part of secret societies to even make it to that level. So don't feel like the world is so out of control because you can't control that. These motherfuckers play on a real evil, wicked game. Trump is not your friend. He's a wicked, 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 sick man. Sick, 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 sick. And I mean that, and I mean that. He's a sick man. Obama was a sick man. All these people are sick. They're sick. And we've been born into this demonic, illuminated society that worships and puts Lucifer at the head. And that's been a Solar Report. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This has been episode 1. Until next time, keep breathing.